What's good, YouTube? You're back on S Motorsports. Today we're going for the first drive in the Trans Am. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're just joining us, this is my 1985 Pontiac Trans Am that I just swapped an LQ4 6.0 with the Brian Tooley Racing Red Hot cam into it, and boy does she sound good. So in this video I want to go for the first drive in it, and well, first-ish drive. I did put it around a little bit because I had some issues, so getting the transmission to shift correctly, but I have that squared away now and that is working good. So now I want to do a point of view drive and yeah, go for a drive and show you guys how it sounds and how I got it driving so far, as there's still plenty of to do in the tune yet with this car. And obviously, you know, not everything is hooked up, but the majority of everything is there. And you know, I still have to do the air intake, get that all squared away, but the car is basically put back together and driving, you know, able to drive now. So I want to do the first drive with it. So it's not a cold start, as I did have it running earlier today, but let's get this beast started and hear what it sounds like with the Brian Tooley Red Hot cam. Alright guys, we got the point of view hat on. We're gonna go for a little cruise and see how this thing drives. So it's definitely not perfect yet, but it's something. Got the data logger going. Alright guys, we are off. So obviously I don't have a lot of the interior panels and stuff on, so she's probably a little louder than normal. Little bit of drone, not too bad. Probably like, what is on your head? I can tell the torque converter is locking and unlocking like it should. This lady is probably like, what's on your head? She has no clue. Just thought it was funny, if nothing else. I got the shifts dialed in kind of how I like them. Gets up the speed, nice. Obviously I was not really laying into it there. We still have a lot of fuel tuning to do, but man guys, I am impressed right off the bat how good this thing drives for just swapping a new powertrain into this. I mean, obviously there's a lot of noise. I don't have the hood on, or I don't have a lot of stuff on yet. I was just getting it to where it's capable to drive. My fuel tuning is not on point yet either, but you know, it's already driving really good. I did have to correct some dumb things that I did with the tune, but now that I got basically put it back to stock. Start with stock and only modify what you need to. That's really the lesson. Otherwise you're gonna have more issues than need be. Holy cow, everyone is walking their dog. As you can see, I'm going relatively slow at 0 miles an hour. I do know how fast I'm going, the computer tells me. The transmission, now that we got that all taken care of, in the transmission, it does, you know, shift. That was one of the major problems that I talked about in the last video, where I didn't have the front speed sensor in and the transmission did not like that. Now that we got that taken care of, it definitely goes into gear like it should, and into first, second, and everything. I can show you too, the shifter does work, downshift. We're at like 2800. I mean, nice crisp downshifts. I do like how the transmission is responding to the downshifts and the shifts. It's very good. We're gonna just go a little roundabout. Oh. That did that early. Okay. That's not cool. That was a little issue that I think you guys saw in the other video, where it actually like killed on me, and it killed again. All right, hold on. Man, see, it started right back up. I am data logging, so I don't know what's going on, guys. I am data logging. I did add the cam and crank sensors to hopefully get some data, but I don't know why it's doing that. It did that the other time when I was showing the video, and it just died randomly. And then I was putting around, it did that again, and then now it just did it again. But it starts right back up. That's the weird thing. Every time it started right back up. Okay. Not again. This is not cool. Hold on. All right, guys, trying to get home. I don't know what the hell is going on. It does seem like it maybe, I feel like The time I did it in the garage, I bumped the steering wheel, and all the other times it seems like it does it when I'm turning. So I'm not sure if it's maybe the ignition. We'll see if it does it here. Did it a couple times here. Yep. It does it when I'm turning. What the heck? It's gotta be something with my ignition, because I am giving the ECU power. You know, it's coming from the steering column, from the switch. There's gotta be something in there, because I feel like every time it happens, I'm turning. And it does also seems when it's a left-hand turn. Let's see if it does it when I turn right. I am using my blinkers, being safe. Also, it's revving really freaking high. Oh my God. This is really, really annoying. Yep. We are pushing it home. Oh my God, this is a great first drive. Hey, look, there's build season. It sure would be nice if you're home, Steve. Oh, apparently this is my workout for today. This sucks. Well, guys, I might have made a little mistake. Let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, we're in the car. Key on. And what do we got here? We got pretty much, oh man, it's hard to see with the glare. She's empty. I'm thinking I was running around with an empty tank. I think that's why it was dying.
It ain't got no gas in it.
When I turned the corner, it basically, fuel must have been sloshing away. And yeah, it would die. It would go lean and die. So to my defense, I just put whatever 5 gallons in the last weekend. I mean, I was putting it around the block, and then starting it a bunch. And so, and obviously it's rich now as well. So it was using more fuel, but man, I didn't even cross my mind, hey, look at the gas gauge, dummy, because I was like, I just put fuel in it. I didn't think it would be low already, but obviously it's low. The gas gauge is working correctly, as I have the Aeromotive fuel sender in there, and that works correctly. It's 0 to 90 ohms. So I think I might have just been low on fuel. So I got a bunch of fuel. We're gonna fill her up and see if that corrected the issue. Possibly in the future, I want to maybe look at Hydromat from Holley to see if that could possibly help with a low fuel situation, as obviously I am getting quite a bit of sloshing going on in there, and there's really not much you can do besides, putting like the fuel tank foam in there, which I do not want to do. Otherwise, yeah, besides getting like a different fuel tank, which this fuel tank is for fuel injected vehicles. So the Hydromat might be a really good option. And then also, I'm not sure, but I have the return probably pointed out of the fuel bucket, because I just have it coming back and it just kind of ends. And it's probably spraying right out of the fuel bucket. So it's probably pumping the fuel out, it's not returning it into the bucket, which it really should be. So maybe in combination of switching that to pointing back at the fuel sock, or possibly getting a Holley Hydromat. So we got all the fuel here to put into the car to make sure we rule that situation out. All right, guys, it's been a few weeks, but I never ended up shooting an outro to that video, and I wanted to update you exactly what the issue was. And yes, it indeed was me just being dumb and not putting fuel in the car. I put a full tank in, drove it around, it's perfectly fine. Pulls, turns, corners, whatever. That was the issue. So no big deal there. Added some fuel. We're all good to go. But I did want to let you know that hopefully winter is coming here in Wisconsin, and I do want to do some more pulls in the car, get some video of that as I'm doing some MAF tuning and stuff. So stay tuned for those videos, as the car definitely sounds pretty awesome. It's pretty loud, but it sounds mean. So stay tuned for some of those videos as well, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.